The UAW president is speaking right now, giving some details about the next wave of walkouts. Let's get to Phil LeBeau. Phil?
Carl, we will have two final assembly plants, one from Ford and one from General Motors, where the UAW members there will walk off the job at noon Eastern time today. We're talking about the Chicago assembly plant for Ford. That's where they build the Explorer. A total of 7,000 workers, by the way, between these two plants. And then for General Motors, it's the Lansing Delta Township final assembly plant. Sean Fain just a few minutes ago saying that Ford and GM failed to make meaningful progress in their negotiations with the UAW. By comparison, he just said that the conversations with Stellantis have improved. He is excited about the momentum in those negotiations. So for today, there are no additional strikes being called at Stellantis. But again, two final assembly plants, Ford's Chicago Assembly and GM's Lansing Delta Township. Those two are going on strike, an additional 7,000 members. That brings in total, after noon, approximately 25,000 UAW members who will be walking off the job. Carl, back to you.
Hey, Phil, it's David. Give me some context on the Ford here. And, I was under the impression that they might not do an additional work stoppage at a Ford plant. Has something changed in the dynamic there, or was that expected?
I'm not surprised, given what we heard earlier this week when, during their negotiations, apparently the conversation revolved around what's going to be happening, at least some of the conversation, what's going to happen with a planned EV battery plant that is going to be built in Michigan. And Ford put out a statement, I think it was Tuesday afternoon, saying, you know what, we're going to have to reassess our commitment to this $3.5 billion investment we're making there on whether or not we can competitively run it. Well, it wasn't long after that the UAW put out a statement saying, all we're looking for is a just transition. Those are the words of the UAW, a just transition to electric vehicles. So that told you right there that there's a contentious issue on the table between Ford and the UAW. So I'm not surprised. Last week, Ford was exempted from additional strikes. This week, it's Stellantis. And while he may say they're excited about the progress that's being made, I still have no sense that we are going to see a resolution to these strikes anytime soon.